Danny Flexen here for Seconds Out with Angel Hernandez at Raptors Strikeforce Gym here in Sutton. Building up a little stable here, and we're going to talk about... We're going to talk about these guys in a minute. But first of all, just want to hear about how you first got into the sport and what your own backstory is.
Well, basically, I started doing kickboxing in Spain. And then I met a trainer who took me into boxing. I was going to compete up there, but I met my girlfriend, which is English. I came with her into the country. And I said to her, could you please just find me a boxing gym? And I started doing amateur boxing here. So I thought I won the Southern area, 10 fights, and I won them all. So, but not many, but I've been boxing for kind of like quite well, probably like quite a few years.
Why did you stop the active side of boxing yourself? Why aren't you still...
When you have kids, you know, I've got 2 kids, doing amateur boxing, then the time was not right, and I thought, you know what? I have to just give up the amateur boxing. I would love to train pro because that would be my goal at the time. But now I've got a different goal. Look at these guys. So my goal now is just to be probably one of the best coaches in the country and hopefully in the world. And
Angel's a bit distracted because one of his charges, Mark Williams, is infringing on our copyright as we speak by filming over my shoulder.
I knew that.
But he's 6'6" or 6'5", so I can't say anything about it. It's really frustrating. Angel, how did you come to be based in this gym and to set up this little stable you've got going now?
Through a friend, which is Danny Connor. At the time I was helping him, and he said, just could you please just come round, you know, just do some pads with me. And I came in, and then I saw Wayne, and Wayne is one of my amateur coaches, and he's actually the owner of the gym. So that's how I started, and I said, you know, would you allow me to train in here and you start slowly building a stable gym? And he said, yeah, go on ahead.
Danny Connor's actually a good friend of mine as well.
Is it?
Yeah, but he refused to meet up this week because he didn't know where he was going to be training or something. So he's in the bad books at the moment, but we do like him. Talk us through some of the guys you've got training here at the moment. You've got obviously Isaac Chamberlain, who's got a big fight coming up in a couple of weeks. You work in conjunction with Jorge Rubio. So maybe first of all, just tell us a little bit about how that relationship works. And Jorge, I believe, is going to be over on the night.
Yeah. Well, Jorge will come back on the 24th, I think, because he's got Nesla Machado fighting on the 26th. So then he will be on the 27th with me and Isaac. But basically, I met him through a friend in Spain who is a professional boxer, and he went to box in America, and I just got in touch with him. Then he invited me over to how, you know, for like a week to see him training Luke Campbell. And then I went over again for 5 days. We kept in touch, we started talking. Then Isaac came into the gym and I said, listen, I've got a really good guy here. Would you be interested in coming here and just rebuild a stable? And he's like, yes, so that's fine. So the problem is one of the guys was rejected to come into the country. That's why he's currently in Marbella, but he's coming over, I think, in January.
So without giving away too much, unless you want to, in which case we'd be grateful, but Isaac's style, when he came in, what areas have you been looking to change or to improve?
Isaac is very, very stylish boxer. So we have been helping him on just like working on his turnings, on his power punches as well. He's moving way better than he is before. You know, the sparring has been absolutely great. He's been having an sparring partner which is 17-0, and I think he's 15 KOs, and he absolutely, I mean, wow.
Probably best not name that sparring partner after what you've just said.
So let's hope all this, you know, will come back on the night time, and he will do everything we have been going through the training, through the sparring, and he will show how good he really can be.
Tell us a little bit about Ben Hall, who we can see in the background doing some shadow boxing in the mirror.
Ben Hall.
He's remaining professional and not cracking up while we're doing the interview.
Basically, he texted me while I was away in Spain, and I said, oh, can I come round to the gym? And I was like, yeah, of course you can. I'll speak to Jorge, you know, and you will be able to train with him because Jorge was here at the time while I was in Spain.
Did he recognise you when he first met you? Ben, yeah. I just wanted to check.
I met him before at West Ham, actually.
Oh, no, I've met him before as well. I just wondered.
So Ben is just one of these things that I think he took Carson Jones quite early in his career. He's got all the potential to go quite far, but you know, hopefully now with me and Jorge on his side, you know, we can take him further in his career. He's still quite young as well, so.
And what about notorious copyright infringer Mark Williams, who's done his best to ruin this interview? We're going to give him. Do you want to say anything bad about him to get revenge, or?
Well, this guy is just one of these things that a relationship love-hate, you know. I always say to these guys, since I met him at West Ham, come at this time, and he never, ever, ever, ever came at exactly the same time. Always late, always late. Seriously, it can't be helpful, this guy.
So Isaac Chamberlain, very stylish. Yeah. Ben Hall, full of potential. Mark Williams, late.
Marcus, he's very. I think with Marcus, I think light heavyweights up there in the country, they will find it very, very awkward to beat him, because when you think you're catching him clear, he's actually not there for you. So we're just kind of like working at the moment with him and just like trying to kind of like improve what he has at the moment. So, yeah.
And how did you start working with MMA fighters as well as boxers? You've obviously got UFC Nathaniel Wood training here amongst others. How did that work out?
I started just like training the guys here. Then I met Nathaniel Wood. Nathaniel Wood said to me, "Oh, can you just like do a part session with me one day?" And we just really just like went through there, you know. Then I started telling, you know, just do this, do that. And since then he said, you know, would you be my boxing coach? And I said, yes, of course I will. So that's what we're trying to build, a really good stable here.
What are the differences between doing boxing training for boxers and boxing training for MMA fighters?
I can't really, I mean, I do focus a lot on technique with Nathaniel, but the problem is because the MMA is kind of like more, kind of like, they're moving a lot more, they can't be that static. So, I mean, the training varies, so with the boxers and with the UFC. I'm not going to go really into detail, but with Nathaniel, I mean, it has been absolutely great so far, and all the guys that has been sparring with, they all have been saying how much he actually improved. And now, you know, we're just like waiting to see, hopefully, that Dana White, if he's listening to me.
Yeah, I think he's a SecondsOut subscriber, in fact, yeah.
Make sure he subscribes to the to the channel. But no, this guy will go far in the UFC.
And is there much crossover between the training of the boxers and the MMA guys? Like, do they spar together, for example?
No, I don't have that, because it's just different style. They're using, you know, the kicks, they're using like the grappling and all that sort of stuff. So it's completely different.
So what's kind of your ambition or your 3-year plan, if you like? Where do you see the gym and the stable going in the next year or two?
Well, I mean, planning. I quite love boxing. I mean, one of my dreams, and this is actually my first interview, is just kind of like become one of the best coaches up there, alongside, you know, so many coaches which I respect. Adam Booth is just down the corner. I really respect that guy, you know, for everything he has achieved in the boxing. So he will be one of kind of like the guys that I'm looking up, you know, Jorge, Salas. There is a lot to name, but my aim is just to be up there with them.
Well, Angel, we're honoured to take your interview virginity, as it were, and I hope we were gentle. Cheers.